Going live. Hey folks, it says I'm live. So yeah, this episode I'll try and animate the fighter. So maybe to start off with, I'll just show you what I got up to with the grab tool. I should make this a bit simpler in future. But uh, part of me doesn't want to turn this into a showcase video. Just let it be me doing my thing, making mistakes, and just so you see that's the reality of it. I make mistakes and nothing's ever perfect. So yeah, I'll grab, I'll poke that FFFE 7173. That's that magic signature at the end of bank 5. I'll binary load that layers.bin to bank 4, and it's a special offset of 2000, and ignore the program address at the first 2 bytes, and that should be in. And if I run grab, I have to change to 80 by 50 mode, escape 5 and try again. Okay, I'll press equals and minus to jump between the frames. So there's the standard ones we had before, sun, and then I started adding the character ones like you saw last time. And yeah, I progressed. So like I had my stuff in GIMP. Where's that? Where it's kind of doodled from one frame to the other. You know, it sort of throw a few pixels or copy the last frame and kind of shift pixels around, and it's right. But yeah, there's a fair few that have added up. So even it's for a small game, there's a lot of frames, which is a bit worrying. But anyway, yeah, I then manually dropped them all in grab, pixel by pixel via the basic editor. So we've got our punch frames here, which look pretty nice. I'm going back and forth here. After that's the kick, yeah, it looks alright. Kneeling, I added kneeling, a punch from the kneel position, and a kick from kneel position. Yeah, and oh, this one is dying, and with turning into a duck. So walking as a duck, you can only bite as a duck. I'm planning, so that'll be the bite, and dying as a duck. Um, so yeah, I did a few tweaks last night to try to move the fight. Last time the fighter was up in the air like that, and I've moved him a bit lower. That's kind of things looking okay. Actually, I'll just load foot now and run it just so you see where it's at right now. So I already added some code to sort of move him position down, so I've made the XY controllable now for drawing in such a frame. And if I push the right key, we get the scroll action and him animating, and I can go back as well, same sort of thing. So yeah, the hope now would be to have some degree of joystick control, and switch between, actually maybe even skip joystick control. I'm just happy with the key on the keyboard to trigger a different kind of animation. Maybe keep it simple for now, and we can put joystick support in later. So yeah, maybe it's worth showing the diff from yesterday, just so you see what that animation, what we've got there so far happens. So I'll just do a diff of that foot.lpc. Yeah, let's skip that stuff for now. This animation order thing, which is right now hard coded just for the walk animation, but it might have to become a multi-dimensional array for all the different kinds of animations. And yeah, I'll start at the first frame of this and then do that one, that one, that one, so on. Where's the actual drawing happening? I made this distinction now between drawing a layer versus drawing a frame. So those layers that as you see is doing the parallax scrolling, they're all from bank 5, that doubled up layer logic I added before. And just drawing plain old frames, like the player frames, I'll keep that sort of stuff just in bank 4. That doesn't need this sort of doubled up logic in it. So that's still there. So I now have a draw Petsky frame for those stuff in bank 4, which I enforce with this poke. and I have the previous draw Petsky layer, which will enforce bank 5 whenever it's used to from elsewhere. So that's the gist of what's there and what's changed since last time. So yeah, it's just a matter of building up on that in whatever minimal fashion. So I'll go full screen here, and maybe not just yet because I'll look at GIMP and see what's next on the list. So after the walk, let's focus on these punches. Punch 1, 2, 3, and let's get them in. So apologies for notes are pretty hard to read this, but just to keep everything on screen at the same time, I'll just add these in. Define image. I do Alt P for my underscore. I'll call it, so we had a player walk. Alright, I'll call it player punch 1, frame 11. I'll just copy this a few times. Escape M, C, escape P, 12, 13. Yeah, I think that's got us covered. I'll save that. And because this is going to be our second animation, I feel like I'm going to have to start doing some sort of a multi-dimensional array for these animation details. Oh, sorry, that's draw order. That's one thing. But where's the animation order? So maybe I should start making like declare or define. Define anim play or walk as the first animation in this animation order. Define anim underscore player punch as the second animation, something like that. So I guess I can make it more like, oops, 2, 10. And I feel like I'm going to go to a different file where in Hungry Dinosaurs I tweaked 11 so that I can make something akin to a struct. So maybe I just search for struct and see what I had there. And maybe will this work? I don't know. I hope it does. I'm just going to borrow the struct from here and see if I can flesh it out. This struct support isn't terribly elegant, but I'm going to copy that. So I did escape M for mark and then arrow down and C to copy. Then I'll do F1 and go back to foot.el. And so yeah, this is already a nice little perk of 11 that we can copy paste functions and bits of code from other files and move things around, something we never had so much in the early basic days. But yeah, it's nice to have that perk finally. And so I'll just paste that where we had that our animation related stuff, just so I can flesh out what I plan to do with the struct, because I'm not quite sure yet. This one was used to keep song details, to keep a struct called song consisting of a tempo, bars, and some sort of copy flag or something. So instead we want a struct, I guess we want it to be now animation details. I'll just call it animation details then. What will it consist of? I guess it's going to consist of how to describe it. It'll consist of the order. Yeah. Can I do that here? I don't know. Am I barking up the wrong tree? Maybe it's not capable of this yet. I feel like it's not capable of this yet. But let's find out. Because I do have a struct within a struct. But all the elements within were just these sort of more primitive things, not arrays within arrays. I may not be able to accomplish this. But anyway, if I'm not, it won't work and I'll have to do something else. Alright, call it order. Um, yeah, I think it's not going to work this way. Yeah, alright, maybe we have to keep it just like that. Then, a shame it's not like that. Yeah, okay. I don't think it's going to work like that. Maybe I'll just comment it out for now, and it'd be nice if it could make it something a bit cleaner. Yeah. I wish I could do something like a struct. That'd be so much easier. But given maybe I can't, then I just have to press on with what basic is. 0, 0. Oh, actually, it'll be anim p walk. Yeah, anim. Actually, this is probably going to be a distraction in the code. Anyway, leave it there for now. P walk. 2. I'm sorry, comma. Yeah, maybe let's go full screen. It's getting hard to read, even for me. So, yeah, just ignore this struct stuff for now, but maybe it'll come in handy later. Anim p walk, and yeah, anim p walk, yeah, 3, yeah. So you can see it's using walk 1, walk 2, walk 3, and then back to walk 2 to kind of what do you call it, the sort of bouncing back of the animation. And so for the next one, I'll just copy that line, paste, p walk. This time it's going to be p punch, and the first frame of it is going to be, have I put the punch frames in there yet? No, let's put them in. Oh yeah, I have. Image p punch 1, p punch 2, p punch 3. Okay, let's put them in. Image p punch 1, mark that one, copy, paste, paste, paste. So I'll do Control W to move up a word, and you can use Control U to go back a word. So we can do 1, 2, 3. Escape K to go to the end. 1, 2, 3, 2. So yeah, we're just iterating through the punches there. We're hoping for, what have I done? 1, 2, 3, 2. That's what we're aiming for there. But go full screen again with F11. But this max frame is now going to have to change per animation. Oh, it doesn't have to for now. They're all 4, thankfully. Okay, but later on, some of the other animations aren't 4 frames. But for now, let's do that. And let's ponder how the current animation was done. Player frame is currently set to 0. I'm gonna have to refresh my memory what I did with this. Oh, that's which one of these ones it's set to. So maybe I need a new, so it's like if it's 0, it's the first one of this, 1 of this. But I think we need another variable to keep track of which animation is playing. Is it this one? Is it that one? So I don't know, just give it any old name for now. Player anim equals anim p walk, and at some stage we'll swap it over to be the other one. So the current drawing of the player, I put in a dumb place, draw background. Maybe it doesn't deserve to be there. It probably deserves to be in its own function. And maybe I should put it there. It's this stuff underneath. Okay, so I'll just draw player for now. And also this thing is a get key that just sits there and waits for input. It probably shouldn't be that now, but it should sort of hey, it's passed through and only react when a key has been hit. Okay, so I'll make a draw player. Escape M, C, escape B, and so I guess, yeah, for now, if it's just about testing the change, yeah, I don't have to be too fussy. It's going to be player, was it player anim? Something like that. I've forgotten the name of it already. What's it called again? Player anim is pwalk, yep. So draw player, draw background. So we're going to draw player as its own function. Now return, and in here, frame index is going to equal the current player animation, player frame. Okay, maybe then I just put some extra dodgy checks in here. If $a equals the space bar, and the current anim player anim equals, what's the current one? Anim pwalk. Then things I'll do it begin. Why not bend? I'll say player anim will switch to animation p punch, and the player is it frame? Yeah. Player frame will reset to 0 to go from the start of the punch. And the other gotcha there is, I think, resetting once the punch is finished. Okay, again, I'm happy with just a dodgy check. This will bring us, if, yeah, how about I do it prior to this? I know this is a dodgy place to do such things, but anything is okay for now and then tidy it up later. If player anim equals anim, or if it's anything other than anim, oh, it's hard to describe this one right now. Anyway, p walk and player frame equals, is it going to equal 4 or 5? I don't know. Let's try 4 then. Then begin bend. This is to try and get it to reset back to becoming the player anim equals anim. Bring it back to the walk pattern after the punch is finished. What is it? Player frame equals 0. Anyway, let's give this a try. What's the worst that could happen, eh? F3 to save, F5. Syntax error 3. AL equals, that looks kind of familiar. What's nearby? Line 1, line 2. It's the 0 value inside. It's just before the print 5. Okay. So let's go back to yeah. Where was the first CHR dollar? This thing. So it was just before this. It, player frame. NMP. What did I get the name wrong? NMP walk. I don't think so. But maybe there's a problem with the define stuff. Maybe I'll put that there for now. That will work better. Okay, that seemed to work better. Getting there. Okay, the walking is still working. So if I press spacebar, I only get one frame, but because it's waiting on the get key press thing. If I press down key, let's say, press down key again, press down key again, press down key again, press down key again. Oh, we're stuck in a punch loop. Okay, that's interesting. I don't want that. Okay, what if I move left and right? Oh, he moves with the punch. Cute. Alright, that's not what I want. So, back to draw player, or draw background, see what went wrong. And player frame equals 4. Oh, maybe we never get to 4 because of the way it increments. Yeah, once it gets to 4, it goes back to 0. So maybe this check should be done down here instead. So if player frame is greater than the max frame, then perhaps I should do it here. Begin, bend. Maybe for now, let's just assume we go back to the, like, enforce going back to an MP walk. Alright, so that way maybe I just get rid of the test up here. Escape M. Yeah, this is kind of the reality of these things. It's always a bit of trial and error. Try this, try that, see what works best. I don't think anyone just magically gets it first go. You just try this and that and figure out what's gonna mesh nicely. Okay. Alright, so, oh, he went, oh, I don't know why he went straight to a punch, but okay. If I press the spacebar now, probably because I started the game with a spacebar. He does a punch and he goes back to walking. Okay, that's a bit better. Punch and go back to a spacebar. Punch and go. Yeah, that's alright. That's a start. Nice. Okay, let's add the kick then. That shouldn't be too hard. So break out of that. So next up, if we go to here, will be the kicks. So kick 1, kick 2, kick 3. Alright, let's do them. So going back to here, let's go full screen again. Go down to the images. Alright, let's add them. Define image player kick 1 is frame 14. Define image player kick 2 is 15. Define image player kick 3 is 16. And it's kind of rinse and repeat from here on in, I guess. So we're going to go to 3. Yeah, just copy one of the other ones. Escape M, C. Okay, P. Oh, the name of the animations. Yeah, okay, let's add those two. Define animation player kick is the animation 2 in the index. So animation kick, player kick. The first frame of it will be the image player kick 1. So let's mark that. Copy, paste, paste, paste. Player kick 1, 2, 3, and 2, 3, 2. Save that, and let's go to draw background. Again, not the place to be to take input really, but what key should we do for kick? If $a equals, I don't know. What key would be a nice one to? I don't know anything Z. And player anim equals anim p walk. Basically, I don't want it to trigger like if we're midway through some other action like a punch or a kick or something else. That's why I decided that. But there could be gotchas too, because let's say the player could be kneeling. Probably later on, if we get the kneel action working while kneeling, you should still be able to punch and kick. But anyway, get to those things later on. So if we press the letter Z, animation player kick should take into effect, and we'll reset the current frame to 0. And anything else? No, let's just save F3, run it again. So spacebar should be punch and Z should be kick. Let's try it there. Okay. Here we go. So walking along, I'll press spacebar and I can walk along, get my punches. If I press the Z key, I get these kicks. Alright, I'm happy with that. And punches. And yeah, it'll be rinse and repeat really. And a few sort of gotchas about when you're kneeling and doing these things. And yeah, maybe I'll leave it at that. I think you get the gist of what's going to happen up ahead, and I'll do the rest in my own time. Alright, I'll leave it at that and end the stream. Right, see you later.